Just wanted to put you on the deck of the American Angler this morning with our friend Tim Marquez as they're heading out to do some damage. Hey, good morning, my friends, and welcome here to Surfside, California. This beautiful Monday morning, overcast, slight breeze. Again, kind of drizzly down here and a pretty big surf back behind me. We've got a lot to cover with you all. I've got information on how the bluefin tuna did last night. Did they bite last night? How it is overall. What's going on in the Channel Islands with that seabass and halibut. And also halibut and some other species starting to invade our local areas. That's very, very interesting. I love those guys that saw that big pot of orcas the other day on board the Amigo. That's exciting stuff. And of course, today is Don Hansen Day down at Dana Wharf Sportfishing, where they have all kinds of discounts and celebrations going on to honor a man who did so much for this industry. I highly recommend you drop by Dana Wharf Sportfishing today and join in on the celebration. Don't forget, this coming weekend, the Redondo Rod and Gun Club, they have their great surf fishing tournament. We'll have details on that. And the Apollo going on a special trip, limited load, 18 anglers this Wednesday night, their last trip, 19 white sea bass. You know what time it is, everybody. Good morning. It is time for the morning briefing. Oh, so good. Good morning, everybody. Good to be back with y'all. Hit that like button, share these videos if you would, please, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you tick the bell so you'll be notified when there is new content. Well, I can hear those birds out there chirping. That's always a welcome sign to surf fishermen. Normally when you hear that, they're picking some bait off in the surf. It's not exactly the best conditions here, but I could definitely throw a 3/4 ounce crocodile out and bring it back through there and see if a yellowfin croaker or something else would want to bite. All right, good to be back with you. Let's get into it right away. We'll get to bluefin tuna, take it to Ensenada, where the weather is gorgeous right now. It's beautiful offshore, and that includes for the San Diego-based boats, which we'll get into in a moment. The guys in Ensenada are having spectacular bottom fishing when they can't find bluefin tuna. But of course, the focus is on BFT, and that's what those guys have been doing. They troll around a lot down there in that neck of the woods, but they also will stop and fish bait at times with a sinker rig. But Mad Max are pretty much the preferred method of fishing down there. And the backup plan is, again, rockfish. So some big bluefin being taken down there, and I have no doubt that they're going to have some good fishing here in the coming days. Last night on the bluefin tuna grounds for the San Diego fleet, last time I talked to the boys, they were having an excruciatingly slow night. That happens. It's the ebb and flow of fishing, but most all the fleet were having a tough one. The Pegasus did have a stop for 7 bluefin, and it sounded like that big great fish. There's a lot of that running around down there, so you need heavy tackle for sure. They had 7 fish, fish like from 50 to 160 pounds, something like that. And the other guys I talked to, they said, man, I don't know. It was a tough night for the fleet. Now, we'll see. Maybe something will go on here at daybreak. Maybe some guys will put some scores together, and maybe they're just off the fish. Maybe the fish are acting like bluefin. Who knows? I mean, there's any one of a million possible explanations we could have for this. So hopefully it'll get on the bite a little bit better today. Having said that, there's still some gorgeous fish, trophy fish being taken. Sometimes I think the bar is just a little too high, but it was definitely slow. Some gorgeous fish being taken down there, up over 100 pounds, including on the San Diego yesterday. And they are a boat that leaves in the morning, comes back that very same day. They run out of C4 sport fishing, and they had some good fishing yesterday. 23 guys with 8 bluefin tuna. Most of it was 60 pounds. It went from like 30 to 110 pounds, but the grade was mostly 60 pounds. Nice, beautiful grade of fish. And the best way to get a bite yesterday was fishing 60 to 80 pound with a 4 to 6 ounce torpedo sinker rig, dropping your bait down slow, and then if you don't get a bite, winding it back slow, and that's when they would jump on it. And they had a pretty good go around with that stuff. And they also had 38 of those yellows on the kelps, and some of those yellows are even free swimming. They'll come up on a breezer of forkies and get into that bite. So that's when you're going to be fly lining. Most of that yellowtail still 5 to 10 pounds with some fish a little bit bigger than that. And once again, you want to vary your tackle. So you need that 30 to 40 pound outfit to fly line with. You're definitely going to need that. Then you need that 60 to 80 pound number 2 size hooks, 2.0 size hooks, I should say, pardon me. When you're fishing that tuna, you want those sinkers. And then if you're night fishing, the 300 gram SK, Daiwa SK jigs have been very effective at night. You want to be fishing 100, 130 pound, and we love a 2-speed Daiwa reel. Take what you like, but you definitely want to have all that. Speaking of kelp patty yellowtail, what a day yesterday on the Liberty. In fact, some lucky anglers grace the cover of this morning's morning briefing. They were lucky enough to be on the Liberty with 25 anglers out of Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. A $1.25 on a yellowtail. Just great action. They found that right kelp, and by that I mean, you know, part of this is lady luck. The more kelps you find, obviously the better chances you have, but you find a kelp and it's dry, you find another kelp and it's dry, you find another one and it's dry, and then boom, you find one with a horseshoe over it and it bites full speed like it did for the Liberty yesterday. That was some real conking that went on. Intrepid, American Angler, several other boats in the past couple of days have come back with some decent catches, although I must say it seems like that bite window is shrinking down right now for some reason. So you have a lot of moments during the day that are filled with no action at all, and then you get a little window when they bite and you really got to put the wood to them. That's when the heavy tackle comes into play. That's when making a friend with a crew member comes into play, because they're going to coach you along. They're going to tell you what to do. It is so very important. So that window shrinking, slow last night. High hopes that we'll have more fishing like they did on the Liberty and a little pop on the San Diego. Hey, this was a catch that was made a little while ago, but Chuck Rydell caught his first bluefin tuna on board the Pacifica. Chuck, just wanted to mention you and say congratulations. Grant Cummings was out, and he was private boating. His first trip of the year, if I remember correctly, Grant, he had 5 bluefin tuna. He said it was slow for him, very tough, but he's got 1 bluefin tuna, so he considered it a success. And he is all over the Sterling tracker bars, trolling those. He says he hadn't found anything more effective than that. He loves that. Tells me all the time, man, this works so well. So keep that in mind, my friends, and we'll continue to watch that San Diego bite. Hopefully it's going to pick up. There are some lucky kelps around. The bluefin bite last night was slow. There's a little bit of daytime fish going on, but not much. We'll see what happens today. One thing for sure, they have gorgeous weather. I just talked to a couple of guys. Beautiful, beautiful weather, and that can only help our situation down there in San Diego. All right, let's take a look at the white sea bass and halibut bite up in the Channel Islands. Had a kind of a south swell yesterday, a little bit of wind, and it kind of screwed things up. There was still some catches of white sea bass, but there was a lot of misses also. But the thing about the Channel Islands that is so remarkable, if you think about it, you know, a bad day in the Channel Islands is you go home with limits of gorgeous and delicious eating rockfish. That's a bad day in the Channel Islands. And man, that is just great fishing. So a lot of guys up there are focusing their efforts, of course, on white sea bass. Everybody wants to catch a sea bass right now, and they are biting up there. Had that little kind of dip yesterday, Mother's Day perhaps, but it should come roaring back. In fact, I looked at the weather up there right now. It's gorgeous, and I'm hearing some rumors of sea bass already being caught up there in that neck of the woods. Of course, we'll keep you up to date right here during the daytime also. But again, we're expecting some much better fishing up there. Aloha Spirit yesterday, yeah, they complained a little bit about that south swell and wind, but limited everybody out on rockfish. Nothing wrong with that. Coral Sea up there out of Santa Barbara, they focus their efforts on sea bass, and if not, they limit out on rockfish as they did yesterday. 1 white sea bass, couple of halibut, nothing wrong with that. And of course, looking at recent history, the Mirage, the Endeavor, several other boats up there have had limits of white sea bass, which is 1 per rod right now. Most of it's 15 to 30 pounds, and almost all of it has been taken on the dropper loop with a 6, 8 ounce torpedo sinker, 5.0 Aki twist hook, and of course a live squid working really, really well. There has been fish caught on that white fluke that is still in the mix, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Our friend Sean Roberts there 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro. On board the Pride, always giving it his all. 14 white sea bass, 9 halibut. Had a little bit of gar, a little bit of calico bass. There was a little bit of everything on that trip, so some pretty darn good fishing going on, no question about that. Now, rockfish up and down the coast, when you have good weather, you're normally going to catch. Our good friend John Ho loves to fish on the Dolphin. I believe he's on there every Sunday at a Fisherman's Landing in San Diego, and John is going to prepare a feast for himself and his loved ones because, man, the rock fishing was good down there. Dana Water Sport Fishing, we're seeing some good rockfish down that way, all the way up the coast. Marina del Rey, great rockfish, and they fish the halibut also. Spitfire does that on a regular basis. Channel Islands, we already talked about. I'm not skipping over anybody. You know, you have the Pursuit, Catalina Island. You've got the Monte Carlo catching sculpin and rockfish, Long Beach base boats, yada, 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 yada. Okay, so that's been pretty much the scene up and down the coast. Clemente, some big yellowtail out there in that neck of the woods. Thunderbird had a good handful of those yellows yesterday, and it's anywhere from like 15, and sometimes they get up there pushing 40 pounds. Beautiful grade of fish. So we're seeing some of that out there at Clemente. The Blackfish yacht out of Davies Locker, Newport Beach, had a 2-man charter, and they limited those lucky guys out with 10 halibut. Nice shot. They also saw those yellows, but they didn't want to buy it because of a lack of current. You need that current to kind of get those fish in a feeding mode, and they were not in that mode. So hopefully we're going to see more of that also. All right, my friends, don't forget, big surf fishing tournament coming up this weekend. You can sign up at Big Fish Bait and Tackle at Island Fishing Tackle in Carson, California. Big Fish is right here at Seal Beach. 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, and also the Redondo Rod and Gun Club. $20. There's a great banquet on Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon with all kinds of really wonderful raffles and fish tacos. I'm going to be there. You should be there. You can even just drop by for the banquet if you like. And more information on this, you can glean it at www.redondorodandgunclub.com. And you'll be able to sign up. So you sign up the day of the tournament or the days of the tournament, Saturday or Sunday. Big Fish, 22nd Street, Redondo Rod and Gun Club, Island Fishing Tackle in Carson, California. All right, my friends, great to be with you. Thank you for spending your morning with me here this Monday morning on the Morning Briefing. I'll be watching fishing all day long. We release shorts all day, keep you in touch with the very latest. And of course, I hope to see you this weekend at the surf fishing tournament, and I hope to, if not there, I hope to see you really, really soon. Have a great morning. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you soon, my friends. Zimmer, how are you, man?
Pretty good.
It's good to see you.
Once again.
Redondo Beach Rod and Gun Club. I remember when you first invited me, I didn't know what to expect. And when I left after that first night, I said to myself, that's a bunch of really cool guys. You guys are doing a lot of great stuff in the community. It's a family-oriented kind of club. Everybody's really friendly. It's really, really a lovely place.
It is a really cool place, yeah. It's one of the reasons why I joined is I saw that same thing that you walked into the first time you went there.
Yeah, right. And
it's been the same.
And the food, you guys are always cooking up tons of food, right?
We have to thank our guys, especially Paul and all those guys for really putting forth the effort on the food, yeah.
Yeah. We're down here at Island Fishing Tackle, and you brought down some flyers for an upcoming surf fishing tournament that you guys are putting on. We're helping to promote it, but why don't we talk about the tournament itself for just a moment? Let me know, this thing's been going on for a while, hasn't it?
A very long time, yeah. So reaching way back in our history, in 1938, our club was officially called the Palos Verdes Anglers Club.
1938.
1938, wow. Yeah. So the guys were wanting to do something, and that's what they started back in the day. So,
yeah.
1938, it's unsure that we had a surf fishing tournament at that time, but in 1948 is when it became the Redondo Rod and Gun Club, and then that's when we have records of when an actual surf fishing tournament was started.
Yeah.
So It'll be our 75th year this year.
Whoa, that is awesome. And I
Yeah.
looked at some of the photos, the old photos. You guys have some historic photos. They're really cool to look at.
Yeah, it's really neat. We're gonna have all of our books out when we have the big reception at the end.
Yeah.
So we'll have all the pictures and all information out that everybody can come check out.
All right, so let's take the 30,000-foot view at this thing. What are the dates and what are the events? And then we'll get into the minutia of the whole thing. But
So the big picture is we're having a surf fishing tournament on May 20th and May 21st.
Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday. You'll sign up Sunday morning, or Saturday morning, I'm sorry, and pick up your application and your ruler. And then the end of it will be we have a taco guy come in and fish tacos supplied by the club.
Wow.
And that'll be at the end when we tally up all the points.
That sounds like fun. All right, and the banquets are always a kick, man. That's, like I said,
Yeah.
that's the whole draw to your place is the people, man.
Right.
They're so nice.
And it's nice because we have a clubhouse to hold it in, and there's parking and all that good stuff.
So is it only the people who are in the tournament who go to the banquet, or can anybody pop in there?
So yeah, what we're going to try to do is get guys to come to the club and check us out and have fun and meet all of us. Honestly, too, I was thinking about it too. It's a good place for all the surf fishermen to from every area around to be like, hey, how do you do that, or how do you fish that, or
Yeah.
which I think would be great for the entire surf fishing community.
Me too. All right, let's dive into the minutia. First of all, where do you sign up?
So there's going to be 4 sign-up areas. One is going to be 22nd Street. Second's going to be Redondo Rod and Gun Club. Third is going to be Sam here at Island Fishing Tackle.
Right.
And then Big Fish Bait and Tackle.
Perfect.
So that'll be the 4 places you can sign up on Saturday morning.
Okay, can you sign up on Sunday, or is it just Saturday morning, or how does that work?
So it's on Saturday, it's going to be 5 a.m. I think Sam's going to open up here at Island Fishing Tackle at 6.
Okay. What a lazy bum.
Do you want to come? You can come at 6, Sam, or 5, whatever. Well, we'll make a good
Put
one,
him down
Sam.
for 5.
We'll see. So Saturday, it's going to be early start for all these guys that are helping us chip in, get this thing going.
Yeah.
Saturday, it's going to be normal business hours, but we're only going to be at Redondo Rod and Gun Club from 5 a.m. to noon.
Yes.
So that's kind of the Sunday sign-up thing.
Okay, perfect. But if you show up late here, like at noon, and you want to sign up and fish that afternoon, you can do that, right?
Yeah, the applications will be at each one of the locations, and you can get your ruler and everything and do it that way.
Okay, how much is it?
It's going to be $20 a person, and if at the end of this, if you want to bring your spouse, your kids, or whatever, it'll be $10 per person coming in.
Oh, that's great. You mean to go have lunch and
Yeah,
participate
bring your family,
in the banquet?
bring your kids. My son goes with me to this club every week.
Yeah, he's running around here
he's
somewhere,
actually running
right?
around now in the tackle shop.
He's having way too much fun.
Yeah.
What are the prizes? And well, first of all, let's leave that to the end. What are the species that are eligible to catch?
So making sure I get all this right, the 5 qualifying entries are going to be a barred surf perch, a yellow.
Let me just.
Sure.
It's a barred surf perch, period, right? It's not any other kind of
It is
perch.
So originally, when this surf perch derby was made,
Yeah.
it was a barred surf perch only.
You want to stay to that?
We're gonna keep our roots clean, and that's what we're gonna.
Okay, very good.
Second one's gonna be a yellowfin croaker. Third one is gonna be a spotfin croaker, and fourth is a corbina, and fifth is a halibut. So you have 5 categories of fish to catch.
All right, great. When you sign in, you mentioned a ruler. You get a ruler, and what else?
So yeah, it'll be a measure. It'll be a ruler that you measure your fish with, and that you can submit all your forms and everything to our tournament director at the end of the day, or however you want to do it.
So what do? You take a photo?
Yeah, you take a photo and you email it or text it to a number.
Okay, perfect. And is it catch and release, or does it matter? You can do whatever you want,
Honestly, I'm going to leave it up to people if they want to catch it and
eat it,
retain it, and eat it. Yeah, go for it. I mean, that's definitely up to them.
All right, great. And prizes. What are the prizes?
So we've had a lot of people that have supported us on this.
Yes.
Daiwa being one of them.
Yes.
They donated 5. How do we call them? Surf fishing rod combos.
Yeah,
right?
little combos.
And one of the other companies, which is Worm King, who also owns All City Baits, is going to throw an extra $100 towards the Sportfishing croaker prize.
Oh, that's our buddy Fish.
That's our buddy Fish.
Fish, that is very nice of you.
Yeah, he
you know
is.
what? He is a really good spot fin. He's
That's
a good.
probably,
he's a good
he
fisherman.
probably wants to win his $100 back.
He probably will. He's really good. He fishes by where I do the morning briefing.
Right.
And he's out there all the time. He's an outstanding guy and a great fisherman. Thank you, Fish. Really appreciate that. And then Big Fish Bait and Tackle, they've come through with some stuff, right?
Big Fish Bait and Tackle, I think you'd spoke with them. I think they're going to do some landing nets for us.
Yeah, 6, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
And a combo.
And a combo.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're going to get a multiple prize.
Rada out there, you got to go by Big Fish Bait and Tackle and say hi to Rada. He's an exceptional guy. Really, really does fantastic stuff, and we thank him very much, right?
We do.
Yeah.
I need to go out there and talk to him.
Yeah, you do. You do.
It's a little bit of a drive for me from Gardena.
I know. Yeah, exactly. And what else? Any other prizes that we need to talk about, or anybody else we want to thank?
There's going to be a raffle at the end, I think hosted by you. Looks like we're working on Sam for a deal, but it's going to be a medium-sized 50, 60-pound rod. And then the Redondo is going to donate a 40-fathom narrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's spooled already with braid and mono.
And the raffle, are you in? You buy a raffle ticket, or are you in the raffle?
So that's another thing. We want people to show up and kind of hang out at the club with us and stuff like that. So we're gonna do this for the people showing up to the clubhouse.
Okay,
So
good.
the raffle will be right there at the clubhouse.
And you got to be present.
Yeah, we got to be present. It'll be $10 a ticket. You can buy as many tickets as you want, and then we're gonna have a big raffle at the end,
That sounds
along with the award ceremony and all the prizes.
That sounds fantastic, man. And how about people that are not like real up on surf fishing? They can get some instruction here at Island Fishing Tackle, over at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. It's a great family event, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And even if you're going to bring your family members or your friends that don't surf fish, bring them down. And have some tacos and get into it.
Yeah.
Learn about it.
Yeah, and everybody, it's as simple, to not complicate it, it's as simple as tying a 3/4 ounce crocodile on or a Castmaster and waiting for the wave to break, making a cast, and then coming back through there. You'll catch a yellowfin croaker, guaranteed. It's really not that hard. Just takes a little getting used to, and you'll have a really good time doing it. Anything else that, can people sign up online? Is there anything else?
So we're going to try to kind of keep it simple and then try to keep it very, you'll have to sign up on Saturday.
Okay.
To try to keep everybody honest. We're going to applications on Saturday morning and Sunday, obviously.
Right.
But then you'll go and do your thing after that.
Okay, you take the rulers, shoot some photos, send it in,
then come have tacos and raffle.
Yeah, whether you make it, even if you don't catch anything,
come on down.
Right?
We'd love to meet every one of them that is in this tournament.
Yeah.
Don't stay at home. Come down. Have fun with us.
Yeah, it'll be great. Anything else that we need to talk about? Obviously, you got to obey all California fishing and wildlife rules, all that stuff,
like
right?
That. Yep.
Any other sponsors we need to thank? We've got some. Are we doing fishing trips?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So there's been Dana Wharf Sportfishing.
Dana Wharf Sportfishing. Donna, thank you so very much. We appreciate it.
22nd Street Landing.
22nd Street, Mike Morrison.
Good
Michael,
job, Mike.
Thank you so very much.
So we have 3/4 day.
I think we have Davies Locker, the freelance
don't we? Yeah, the freelance.
So we've got the freelance, Davies Locker, so we send our very best to everybody over at Davies Locker.
And then 22nd Street, and they've donated all 3/4 trips.
Whoa, those are great trips.
trips.
Those are like $70, $80 trips, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fantastic, and we got the combos, and we got the landing nets.
It's just amazing.
It's an amazing tournament. It's a fun couple of days, and I highly recommend you come out. Even if you just come to the banquet, I'll be there racing cane with this guy and having a good time. And it's always a good time. I mean, all the guys at the club, Paul and so many others I've become friends with. Sometimes my schedule's a little tight, but if I get a little window, I zip over to the Redondo Beach Rod and Gun Club.
You're always welcome for dinner.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. So the 75th annual.
Yeah.
That's hard to believe.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And it's pretty awesome being a president at this time. I think it's on a good swing up. This whole club has been it's had its up and down. But we're on the up.
We're
I'm
feeling
telling
like
you.
it's going like this now,
It's
right?
like a rocket right now.
Right. So in the end, is there any other way to get information? People are watching us. Can they call anybody? Is there a website? Is there, or do they just show up on that Saturday morning to sign up?
Saturday, yeah, we'll be there. We're gonna have a bunch of flyers at Island Fishing Tackle, 22nd Street, the Big Fish Bait and Tackle, and 20. Did I say 22nd Street? Yeah,
You did.
Island, our club, Big Fish Bait and Tackle on 22nd Street. So.
Before that, can they call somebody or anything or not?
Yeah, so we also have it on our website.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Redondo Beach Rod and Gun Club. If you type it in, it'll come right up. And yeah, all the information's on there.
Okay,
Flyer, everything, yeah.
Oh, great. Redondo Beach Rod and Gun Club. Google that.
Google that and it'll come. I forgot our exact address.
That's all right.
But yeah.
That's all right. Google that
I
and you'll
tried
get
it
to
the
it.
other day just to make sure it worked.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it
Unbelievably,
pops right
it actually worked,
up.
right?
Yeah, I know, right? Google this, right?
Good stuff. Chuck, I don't know what else to say, man. This is going to be
Yeah.
great. The 75th annual Redondo Rod and Gun Club Surf Fishing Tournament. I will be there. Chuck will be there.
Oh,
and we
yeah.
certainly hope all of you will be there. Thanks, Chuck.
Hope to see you guys.